And now, as we do every week on the show, we turn our attention to the recruiting news and notes on the college, high school football front in the great state of Arizona. None better than the Godfather. That would be Jason Jewell, who weighs on in. Let's start here, Jason. That is Cal plays at U of A this Saturday, and that means Charlie Ragle, formerly at Chaparral, formerly at U of A, now on Cal's staff. Cal has six commitments already here in Arizona. He's chasing a couple of others. Could we see a program in the Pac-12 possibly get 8 to 10 kids out of Arizona? And what is Charlie's pitch convincing these Arizona kids to go to Cal?
Well, I mean, recruiting, Brad, is really about building relationships, and we all know that Charlie is a people person. So I don't know that there's one real pitch other than, you can get a great education and play Pac-12 football, at Cal. But, I think recruiting is finding what that kid and what their parents, what they like, and then being persistent and selling what your program has. And Charlie's a talker and very, very good at recruiting. We saw what he did at U of A in recruiting as well. And he's just continuing that up at Cal and having 6 commitments right now with a few more that he's still trying to pull and get is huge. And if he gets more than 6, that's pretty unheard of, Brad, and an out-of-state Pac-12 school to come in and get more than that of our kids.
Let's go over here to a player that I think gets under-recruited, and every year we have this player. Last year I thought Brock Purdy got completely jobbed by not having anything. He was even talking to me about going to community college. Nothing wrong with that. It would have been in December of last year. And then all heated up. This year's guy that I'm seeing, Jason, is Zach Nelson, wide receiver at Castile High School. Every coach I've talked to said this kid is solid. What is your view as the Godfather on Zach Nelson at Castile and his recruiting possibilities?
Well, I saw him play live against Apollo very early in the year, and I also thought this is a very talented young man that unfortunately is not getting recruited right now. Does not have a Division I offer, but that doesn't mean he's not going to get one. In your reference to Purdy, this is a kid that has over almost 1,000 yards receiving right now at the midway point through the year, and he does all the little things right. He's not a burner, but he does have adequate speed. He'll go across the middle. He'll do all the little tough things that you're going to want in a wide receiver. He doesn't have an offer yet, but I say yet because I do think this kid's a Division I football player.
And as head coach Bobby Newcomb, of course, having ties with Nebraska and other programs, will get the word out on him, which is, I think, part of the process. On the offensive line side, there's been some commitments here in the last couple of weeks since we've talked. Why don't you walk us through the offensive linemen that have committed?
Yeah, so, Jordan Morgan down at Marana High School committed to the University of Arizona, but I want to talk about him because he's really heated up and added some big offers. Arizona State being one, and USC has offered him, and their head coach, Clay Helton, was at their game last week. He's the kid that I saw live this summer up at Northern Arizona's camp and was very, very intrigued by him. He's 6'5" and 285 pounds and very, very athletic. Still a little bit raw technique-wise, but he is a very, very good football player that's only getting better and heating up.
Good stuff as always, Jason. Appreciate the visit. We'll talk next week.
Thanks, Brad.